Hi YouTube. Thanks for tuning into the Marijuana Maintenance channel where I'm smoking the green and staying clean. My name's Jim. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today is January 21st, 2020. And it's another day sober and another day to be grateful for. Another day to be grateful for. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this day. I woke up good. I woke up early. I meditated. I went to the gym. I come home, got my kids ready for school and breakfast, stuff like this, and then I got in an argument with their mother. Right. My situation is I live with my kids and their mother, and me and their mother haven't been together for about a year. When I got sober, I started to change. Right? My thinking changed. My behaviors changed. My outlooks changed. My perceptions changed. I woke up a little bit, right? Anyways, but I found that I don't I can't live with the kid's mom anymore. Like we couldn't be together. Like we found that out early in my recovery, and now it's reached a tipping point where like I got to get out or something. I can't live with her anymore. Right? It's creating more problems than it is good. It's it does affect my recovery. It does kind of keep me stagnant. I can't grow as much as I'd like to, and I'm sure it's affecting her too in many ways. We got in a fight this morning, and that was kind of bullshit. I went to work, started to feel better. I started to realize that the fight was kind of good because at least now the words are coming out. Where like I was like, I just don't want to live with you anymore, and these truths are coming out, and they have to because it's not a good living situation. I went to work, and then I got the phone call that my daughter was sick, so I had to leave work and go pick my daughter up from school, and I spent the day with my daughter. Um, Now, was she really sick? No. I think it's more about seeing mommy and daddy fight this morning. Poor little girl. I love my kids so much, right? That's what the fight was about. Like, she woke up angry, and I was just like, after listening to it for a little while, I was just like, hey, you realize you haven't said a single nice thing to anyone this morning? And that was it, man. That was enough to start a fight. And I don't want to fight with people anymore, right? Like, fuck. I want to just drop the defenses and drop this ego and drop this anger, and it's hard. Anyways, that's where I'm at. Um, let's do a little reading. We'll see what it has to say. January 21st. Everyone constructs his own bed of nails. D. Sutton. Yes, I could say that's true. If sometimes, no, it sometimes takes, let me start over. It sometimes takes longer than we would like for our negative perceptions of ourselves to change. We should remember, though, that many of us were troubled by low self-esteem for much of our lives. In some instances, these feelings were so intense that they caused us to engage constantly in one or another form of self-flagellation. Now that we're recovering, we're learning to like and even love ourselves. Most of the time, consequently, we're able to avoid self-punishing attitudes and reactions. However, some of us are so accustomed to our old perceptions of ourselves that we unknowingly hang on to them. We may even take a strange sort of comfort in these familiar old feelings and thoughts. When we do that, we don't have to take risks to find new ways of relating to ourselves. In my own case, I discovered that feelings of self-loathing began when my mind feeds me negative ideas about myself. I find that when I can recognize this misinformation for what it is, I don't have to act on it. Just as I gradually lost self-esteem, so am I gradually developing self-love. It takes time, as all growth processes do, but it steadily gets better. Thought for today: the mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a terrible master. And that just makes me think of all those, yeah, wow. All those times I was in depression or negative thoughts or just like beat myself up, like, you suck, you blah, 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 right? Wow. I was a master to my own, or I guess I was a servant to my mind. And then from Daily Reflections, serving my brother. The member talks to the newcomer not in a spirit of power, but in a spirit of humility and weakness. Alcoholics Anonymous comes of age, page 279. As the days pass in AA, I ask God to guide my thoughts and the words that I speak. In this labor of continuous participation in the fellowship, I have numerous opportunities to speak, so I frequently ask God to help me watch over my thoughts and my words, that they may be the true and proper reflections of our program, to focus my aspirations once again to seek His guidance, to help me be truly kind and loving, helpful and healing, yet always filled with humility and free from any trace of arrogance. Today I may very well have to deal with disagreeable attitudes or utterances, the typical stock and trade attitude of the still suffering alcoholic. If this should happen, I will take a moment to center myself in God, so that I will be able to respond from a perspective of composure, strength, and sensibility. And that's one thing I don't like anymore. Like, when I was actively using, I was always flying off the handle, right? Like, just, and not giving a damn, thinking it was okay to do that. I still get really angry sometimes, and sometimes I fly off the handle, but it's less and less. And I don't like acting that way. It doesn't feel comfortable. I don't feel good about myself. And it's just, it causes so much turmoil and just negative vibration within my own physical system and my mind and my spirit that is just, it makes me sick. I just don't want to be that way. And so my relation, like living with my ex, is just just causes such negative vibrations within myself that I know it's just a bad situation. Anyways, I hope there was something in this message for somebody out there. I do what I can. You know, I'm nobody special, but I am, minus my 4 days of relapse, I am about 18 months sober. 27 days consecutive after my relapse, but whatever, man. It is what it is. I'm not giving up, right? And I'm not going back to that lifestyle. I like being sober, right? I like having God in my life. And I like the struggles that I face today, because God doesn't give me anything that I can't handle. And the hard times make us stronger. So I hope you all have a blessed day. Take care.